everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Jolene the Creator, and you, yes you, are now tuned in. So if you're new here, welcome. I'm so excited that you tuned in today, because today you are now going to be learning how to make bread. Okay, I call it pun bread. My mom calls it fried cake. You can call it whatever you want, because this is your bread. You feel me? Like, you're learning how to make something new, therefore you can call it whatever you like. So in this bread that I make, I like to eat it as a breakfast sandwich. You could eat it as, you could eat it with eggs, you could eat it with tuna. I like making tuna sandwiches with it. So I know you guys are really gonna enjoy today, because let's get cooking out. Gotta be cooking in the kitchen. So I love to cook, I love to eat. So yes, let's get right into it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on your post notifications so you can get updated for every single time that I post. You don't want to miss out on anything, because I do post often. I post on Saturdays, Sundays, Thursdays, and Tuesdays. And yeah, so you're gonna be seeing a lot from me in the future, like on those days, so don't miss out. Let's get back. Okay, so you're gonna need baking powder, salt, and brown sugar. We're also going to need flour. Cannot forget the oil. You cannot make this bread without oil. I tried before and you just cannot do it. It tastes disgusting. So I already put a little bit of water in the pot with the flour, and you really want to make sure that you put enough flour. You want to put more flour than water. If you have too much water and less flour, it's not going to be good. It's going to be very sticky and disgusting. You don't want it like that. You really want to make sure that you have enough flour, because in the flour you can make it, like, you want it tough. Like, you don't want it stringy and loose. You really want it tough, if that makes sense. And when as you can see right now, I'm just using my knuckles and I'm pressing it down and flipping it over. That's how I make it very tough. I don't know if tough is the right word, but that's how I make the bread very, you'll see, like this. Yes. I decided to put on gloves throughout this video, because when you're cooking or touching flour, it can get everywhere, and I don't like it all over my hands, because it takes more time to wash it off with soap and everything. I just don't like it, so I like to put gloves on my hands when I'm making this bread. Okay, so when I wasn't making a lot of bread, I was only making some for myself, because my family decided they didn't want any. So I only put a little bit. You do not need a lot of salt. You don't need a lot of baking powder, because it's just not needed. I mean, like, if you're making a lot, then of course put a lot. But if you're only making a little, you don't need an OD on the ingredients. It's not a lot of ingredients that you need, and you don't need to put extra. Yeah. You see the way the dough looks? That's exactly how your bread should look when you're making it. It should not be slimy and nasty. It should look exactly like this. So in this part, I felt like this was kind of self-explanatory. I'm taking the bread and I'm still smushing it down, but when I pull the bread apart, you could see that the bread is tough. Like, I don't know if that word is the right word to use, but it's the best word that I could explain the feeling of the way the bread feels. I only put a little bit of water just to make it, you know, loose. But that's exactly, these words are really what explain what I'm doing. You see what I'm talking about? Tough. So right now I just split it in two and I'm just making it into patty shaped, you know, in a patty shaped form. And that's how I'm going to want my bread to look when it's done. You're at this step to making your bread, you have to really make sure that your oil is very hot. The way I test my oil is I take a little bit of flour and I put it in the pot to see if it sizzles. That's how I know the bread is ready to go in the pot. When you add your bread into the pot, you really want to make sure that your oil is hot. However, as the bread cooks, you have to really turn down the temperature because you do not want the bread to be doughy and raw in the middle, because it's going to be very nasty and then you're just going to be disgusted. So make sure that it's not only cooking on the outside, it's definitely cooking in the inside. So that's very important. I decided that I wanted to add tuna in my sandwich and it was just delicious.